Ladies and gentlemen, let me make something clear from the start. Discipline is everything. You can have all the talent, all the resources, and all the ambition in the world, but without discipline, you're running on fumes. You'll be stuck in the realm of what could have been, while others, who maybe weren't as talented, keep surpassing you because they were disciplined enough to put in the work every single day. Success isn't about showing up when it's easy or when you feel motivated. No, it's about showing up when you're tired, when you're uninspired, and when you'd rather do anything else. Discipline is what gets you out of bed when the world is still asleep. It's what drives you to stay late when others have clocked out. And let's be honest, discipline isn't glamorous, it's not flashy, it's the grind. It's the sacrifice. It's choosing the hard path every single time because you know it leads to results. Now let's talk about feelings. Everyone loves to talk about passion, motivation, and inspiration. Those are great, but they're temporary. You can't rely on feelings to get the job done because feelings are fickle. One day you're pumped, the next day you're not. But discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline says, I don't care if you're tired, I don't care if you're scared. You made a commitment, so you follow through. It's about putting your feelings aside and doing what needs to be done. And let's not sugarcoat it. Discipline requires sacrifice. You're going to have to give things up. Comfort, leisure, sometimes even relationships. There's a price to pay for success, and discipline is the currency. But ask yourself this: what are you willing to sacrifice today to build the future you want? Because the world isn't going to hand you anything. If you want something, you take it. And you take it by being disciplined enough to do the hard things consistently, even when no one is watching. The hardest part of discipline is accountability. Not to others, but to yourself. It's easy to make excuses, to point fingers, and to blame circumstances. But at the end of the day, there's only one person responsible for your success or failure, and that's you. The minute you start holding yourself accountable is the minute you start taking control of your life. Discipline isn't just about action, it's about self-mastery. It's about conquering your mind, overcoming your weaknesses, and demanding more from yourself than anyone else ever could. Most people quit when things get tough. That's why the top is so lonely. It's not crowded because most people give up long before they reach it. But if you can develop the discipline to push through the pain, the setbacks, and the failures, you'll find that success isn't about being the best, it's about being the last one standing. Discipline is your competitive edge. When others give in to distractions, you stay focused. When others quit, you keep going. And that's why you'll win. So remember, this discipline is everything. It's the great equalizer. It doesn't care where you came from, how much talent you have, or what your circumstances are. It only cares about one thing: are you willing to put in the work? If the answer is yes, then success isn't just possible, it's inevitable. Discipline is the foundation of success, the bedrock upon which every great achievement stands. Without it, dreams remain dreams, potential fades into obscurity, and talent is wasted. Discipline is not about occasional bursts of effort or fleeting moments of motivation. It's about the relentless, unwavering commitment to doing what needs to be done day after day, whether you feel like it or not. Imagine a sculptor facing a massive block of marble. Without discipline, that block remains just that, a block. But with discipline, the sculptor chips away, one stroke at a time, day after day, through frustration, fatigue, and doubt. Eventually, what emerges is a masterpiece, not because of luck or sudden brilliance, but because of consistent, disciplined effort. Success is no different. It's built in the daily grind, the small, seemingly insignificant actions repeated consistently over time. People often marvel at those who achieve extraordinary things, attributing their success to talent, intelligence, or luck. But peel back the layers and you'll find discipline at the core. It's the athlete waking up before dawn to train, even when the world is still asleep. It's the entrepreneur working late into the night, perfecting their vision while others are out celebrating. It's the student studying long after the lectures are over, driven not by deadlines, but by a hunger to master their craft. Discipline transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. And yet, discipline isn't glamorous. It doesn't come with applause or recognition in the moment. It often feels thankless. You make sacrifices, time with friends, comfort, leisure without immediate payoff. But here's the truth: discipline is delayed gratification in action. It's the ability to endure the present discomfort for the future reward, to choose what you want most over what you want now. It's about making the hard choices the right choices, even when no one is watching. Think about the stories of those who've risen from nothing to greatness. They didn't just get lucky. They made decisions rooted in discipline. They understood that success is not a single event, but a cumulative result of consistent effort. Every hour they invested, every challenge they overcame, every setback they endured was a testament to their discipline. They didn't wait for motivation to strike, they created it through action. They didn't hope for success, they earned it through relentless commitment. The beauty of discipline is that it levels the playing field. You don't have to be the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest. You just have to be the most disciplined. While others falter, get distracted, or give up, discipline keeps you moving forward. It becomes your competitive edge, your secret weapon in a world full of shortcuts and excuses. Success doesn't favor the fortunate, it favors the disciplined. And let's be honest, discipline is hard. It's uncomfortable. It demands more from you than you sometimes think you can give. But it's also empowering. When you cultivate discipline, you gain control over your life. You stop being a victim of circumstances and start becoming the architect of your future. You realize that every action, no matter how small, is a step toward your goals. You begin to trust yourself, knowing that you have the strength to persevere through any challenge. Discipline is not something you're born with, it's something you develop. It's a muscle that grows stronger with use. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes to make the tough decisions, to stay focused, and to keep pushing forward. And as your discipline grows, so does your capacity for success. Suddenly, the things that once seemed impossible become achievable. The mountains you once feared to climb become the hills you conquer daily. So when you think about success, real, lasting success, understand that it begins and ends with discipline. It's the invisible force that drives progress, the silent strength that fuels perseverance, and the unwavering commitment that turns dreams into reality. Discipline isn't just a tool for success, it is success. Every great journey starts with a single disciplined step, and every great accomplishment is built on countless disciplined actions. Discipline over feelings is the cornerstone of greatness. Feelings, while powerful, are fleeting. They fluctuate with the wind. One moment you're motivated, the next you're drained. Feelings whisper to you to take it easy, to rest when you know you should push harder, to indulge in comfort when challenge beckons. But discipline stands firm, a relentless force that cuts through the noise of emotions and demands action regardless of how you feel. It is the unwavering commitment to a purpose that transcends the whims of the moment. Think about those mornings when your bed feels like a fortress, warm and inviting. Your feelings tell you to stay. They argue that one missed day won't hurt, that you deserve a break. Discipline, however, says otherwise. It reminds you that success isn't built on occasional effort, but on consistent, relentless action. Discipline pulls you out of bed, sets your feet on the floor, and drives you forward. It understands that each day is a crucial brick in the foundation of your future, and skipping one weakens the whole structure. The greatest achievers in history didn't succeed because they felt like it every day. They succeeded because they acted regardless of their feelings. They showed up when they were tired, when they were discouraged, and when the world told them it was okay to quit. They harnessed the power of discipline to rise above their emotions, When others allowed feelings to dictate their choices, these individuals leaned into discipline, choosing the hard path because they knew it was the only path to real, lasting success. Imagine standing at a crossroads. One path is smooth, easy, and lined with immediate gratification, the path of feelings. The other is rugged, steep, and demanding, the path of discipline. The easy road tempts you with comfort, but it leads nowhere worth going. The hard road, it tests you, breaks you down, and reshapes you into someone stronger, more resilient. Every step on that road is a testament to your commitment to something greater than temporary ease. Each time you choose discipline over feelings, you're choosing your future self over your present comfort. Discipline is not about denying your feelings, but mastering them. It's about acknowledging that while your emotions have a voice, they don't have a vote. You can feel tired and still work. You can feel afraid and still act. You can feel overwhelmed and still move forward. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It transforms dreams into plans, plans into actions, and actions into success. It's the difference between wishing for something and working for it, between fleeting motivation and enduring achievement. Every time you choose discipline, you strengthen your character. You become someone who doesn't just talk about goals, but achieves them. You build a reputation with yourself, a reputation of reliability, perseverance, and strength. And that reputation becomes your greatest asset. When challenges arise, you won't be swayed by fleeting emotions. You'll be grounded in the certainty that you've built your life on a foundation of discipline, and nothing can shake that. Sacrifice and discipline are inseparable. You can't have one without the other. Sacrifice is the price you pay for the life you want, and discipline is the vehicle that gets you there. When people talk about success, they often focus on the rewards, financial freedom, recognition, influence, but they rarely talk about the cost. The truth is, nothing worth having comes without sacrifice. And if you're not willing to give something up, you'll never gain anything of real value. Think about it, every successful person you admire, every empire built, every dream realized was born out of sacrifice. It's easy to see the end result and forget the sleepless nights, the missed parties, the lonely hours spent grinding when everyone else was taking it easy. Sacrifice isn't glamorous, and it's rarely applauded. In fact, most of the time, no one even notices what you're giving up. But that's the point. Sacrifice is personal. It's between you and your goals. It's a quiet, relentless commitment to something greater than your immediate comfort. You will be asked to give up your time, hours, days, even years invested into something that might not yield immediate results. You will have to forgo instant gratification. While others are indulging, you will be restraining. And yes, you will feel the weight of that choice. It will test you. But that's exactly why sacrifice is essential. It's a filter, separating those who are merely interested in success from those who are committed to it. Anyone can dream big, but only those who are willing to sacrifice can make those dreams a reality. Discipline in the face of sacrifice is where true strength is forged. It's easy to be disciplined when the stakes are low. It's much harder when you're faced with the reality of what you're giving up. Imagine working tirelessly on a project for months, maybe years, without seeing immediate rewards. It's tempting to quit, isn't it? But discipline reminds you why you started. It keeps you moving forward, even when the sacrifices feel overwhelming. It's what helps you endure when the results aren't visible yet. But the cost is all too real. Sacrifice isn't just about what you lose, it's about what you gain in the process. When you choose to sacrifice comfort, you gain resilience. When you sacrifice distractions, you gain focus. When you sacrifice time, you gain mastery. Each sacrifice sharpens you, owns your skills, and fortifies your character. It strips away the unnecessary and forces you to confront what truly matters. And in doing so, it makes you stronger, more determined, and ultimately more prepared for success. The question is, what are you willing to sacrifice to get where you want to go? Because there will always be an easy way out. There will always be distractions, temptations, and excuses. But discipline demands that you rise above them. It asks for your commitment, your perseverance, and yes, your sacrifice. And if you're willing to give it, if you're willing to pay that price, there's nothing that can stand in your way. Sacrifice is the cornerstone of discipline. It's not about losing something, it's about making room for something greater. It's the decision to say no to the good so you can say yes to the great. And while the path may be difficult, the rewards are undeniable. Every sacrifice you make is a step closer to the life you want. Every disciplined choice brings you closer to your goal. And in the end, you'll realize that what you gave up was nothing compared to what you gained. Accountability and self-mastery are the twin pillars of discipline that shape the very foundation of success. Without accountability, discipline falters, and without self-mastery, accountability is a hollow promise. Together, they create a force so powerful that it can break down any barrier, overcome any obstacle, and push you far beyond what you thought was possible. Accountability is about owning your decisions, your actions, and ultimately your life. It's about looking yourself in the mirror and saying, this is on me, not society, not your circumstances, not the people around you. It's one of the hardest things to do because it strips away every excuse and leaves you exposed to the raw truth. You are the architect of your own destiny. And let's be honest, it's far easier to blame external factors when things go wrong. The market shifted, I didn't have enough time, they didn't support me. We've all heard or said these things. But successful people, truly disciplined people, don't waste time pointing fingers. They point the finger inward, not because they enjoy the blame, but because they crave the control that accountability brings. When you embrace accountability, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the master of your fate. Suddenly, setbacks are no longer reasons to quit, they're lessons to learn from. Failures aren't final, they're feedback. Every time you hold yourself accountable, you reclaim a little more power over your life. You start seeing that success isn't something that happens to you, it's something you create step by step, decision by decision, through relentless ownership of your actions. But accountability isn't enough on its own. Without self-mastery, accountability becomes a burden rather than a tool. Self-mastery is the ability to govern your impulses, control your reactions, and maintain your focus, even when the world around you is in chaos. It's the art of leading yourself, even when no one else is watching. And make no mistake, this is one of the toughest battles you'll ever face. Because let's be real, the easiest person to deceive is yourself. It's easy to justify skipping that workout, putting off that project, or indulging in habits that don't serve you. But every time you give in, you weaken your ability to lead yourself. Self-mastery demands discipline in the face of temptation and resilience in the face of adversity. It's the quiet voice that says, keep going when everything else in you screams to stop. It's choosing the harder right over the easier wrong, not once, but every single day. And here's the kicker, no one can force you to master yourself. You can have the best mentors, the best plans, and the best intentions, but if you don't have the internal fortitude to stick to your commitments, none of it will matter. True self-mastery means understanding that the fight is internal. It's not about defeating others, it's about defeating the part of you that wants to quit, to settle, to take the easy way out. And the more you practice this, the stronger you become. The stronger you become, the more capable you are of handling life's inevitable challenges. This strength, this inner resilience, is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who simply drift through life. When accountability and self-mastery merge, you become unstoppable. You no longer depend on motivation because you've built a system of discipline. You no longer fear failure because you've trained yourself to see it as a stepping stone. You've transformed into a person who doesn't just dream of success, you make it happen through relentless, disciplined action. You own your choices, and because of that, you own your future. Discipline is the key that unlocks the door to a life of purpose, achievement, and true fulfillment. It's not flashy, it's not easy, and it's certainly not convenient. But it works. Accountability sharpens your focus, and self-mastery strengthens your resolve. Together, they transform you from someone who hopes for success into someone who commands it. The world may throw distractions, setbacks, and doubts your way, but with discipline as your foundation, you'll rise above them. You'll take control of your life, one choice at a time, one action at a time. And when others wonder how you did it, you'll know the answer. You didn't wait for luck. You didn't hope for motivation. You built your success with the unshakable power of discipline. So step up, take ownership, and master yourself. The future is yours to shape.